Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a whole solution. I think we've spoken a bit about it, because I would say first of all, like the effects that we just spoke about, like self-blame, guilt, shame, of course, feeling helpless and hopeless. Many of us are hopeless, but we come out with laughter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Depression. That country is depressed, only ended. I mean, the African continent, even though we laugh too much, but I don't know if you've heard about it, the comedians are the ones suffering the most. They make people laugh, but they can't laugh by themselves. And anxiety. You get anxiety. All my life I thought I didn't have anxiety until, I think I told you about it, right? Last 2 years, I would go into a hole, and in this hole, I've never been this scared.
Yeah.
I would be in this hole and I'll be like, if I don't come out now, I think I would die. This hole is so deep, so black, I'm so helpless.
Yeah.
And I start having anxieties that I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Thank God there's always someone around who would maybe bring me out, tell me to calm down. And the times that I feel that I'm overwhelmed, I go into the toilet, and that's even the worst, because when you're alone, you can't come out of it.
Yeah.
But these are things that you hear before, you be like, what did they do that one? Oh, calm down, Joe. See other people with it, and people get to like push it away with talks, push it away with laughter, forgetting that we need help. We all need help. Mental health, therapists, therapy. You need to see a therapist. You need to have therapy. People, in Nigeria, I remember when I was going through what I was going through here with my aunts, and the school decided for me to see a therapist. My friend at that time told me, don't do it. That's Ishigarima. It stuck with me. Saying that if I go to see a therapist, they're going to write it down on the papers that, hey, her head is not good, eh? So I decided not to. But then later I was like, come, you actually need to. And this behavioral symptoms like self-isolation, I told you, right, last year, even before my our friend died, I was already inside self-isolation. I would come back from work and I would close all my blinds and tell nobody, because I knew they were going to come and see me. I would tell everybody, don't come and see me. I thank God so much that she came to see me the last time, because she decided, you know what, we're not going to leave you like this. And they came to see me, and I mean, that was our last day. But these are the things that the effects of whatever it is that you must have repressed. And so I think the first steps in terms of healing from such abuse is to first of all recognize it. And I think we both have spoken about that, and we've recognized it, and we call it what it is. No denial. And then no denial of any such. Just say it how you see it. Like, this is the cause of it. This is who caused it. And then recognizing it, acknowledging and accepting that you need the help. Not putting it by the side and say, pray. Nah. It can be very challenging, of course. It is very challenging because you have cultural background that are stamping a no on top of it. The big N word and zero, no. They're saying no to it. But you have to reach out to any place who could help you. It could be a friend. Funny enough, therapy it's not about going to see a shrink. It's like talking to someone. I remember if we talk, we talk like 1 hour, 2 hours, and then we talk about everything that's happening, and we say, hey, we're of course we've already recognized it, we're calling it, and we're acknowledging it, and we're reaching out to someone who we know we can talk to, finding people who have experienced such things so that you can hear from them, put yours together, and then remind yourself that everyone has the right to feel safe. You have to feel safe. It is important, very important, to reach out to anybody, a counselor, a counsel place. How they do this, they like for mothers that just give birth, they say, hey, because we know you guys are going through a lot right now, you could come down to this counsel center and meet other women or other mothers
also going through the same stuff.
That kind of stuff. Exactly, who are going through the same stuff. So that's my take on
I think you're
we could.
definitely right with everything you said. I think the major problem we have in Africa or Nigeria precisely is mental health is like still a taboo topic. Okay, it's like don't even talk about it. Nobody wants to hear about it. Nobody even wants to reflect about it but the problem is that it's a very important part. I love everything you said. I don't think I have anything to add to it. The major solution is acceptance and also therapy. Maybe you don't find a professional person you can speak about it with the person, but very important part is like speaking to people who also have similar experiences, sharing your story. Because I'll be honest with you, the day I identified that it was a problem was the day I had a discussion with a classmate. And he was like, man, I'm having the same nightmare. I'm having similar nightmares. Like, really? Because I thought till then I knew something was
You
wrong.
were the only one.
Exactly. Till then I knew something was wrong. But I was like, it's definitely wrong with me. Why can't I get over this stuff like after 10 years? Or more than 10 years? Just for me to realize that, wow, not actually. You need more than that 10 years. It's going to take you longer. You are not alone there. So I think the therapy, having the discussion, saying it out loud, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. It helps you to start looking for solution and also accepting that something went wrong. You can't just pull all those things down under the name of like training, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, it's also a form of abuse. Another point I want to make is that like it doesn't mean your parents or those people are your enemy. It doesn't make them your enemy. It may in most cases the abuse we went through, it's like it's out of love. Okay? It's all done with good intention. I have this wonderful intention in my mind where I want you to be. And at the end of the day, it's just mixture of good intention and my selfish ego. I package it together. I want you to be the best. And at the end of the day, you are the receiving end of it. That doesn't mean you should give it on. That doesn't mean you should hate the person. You can create a room to have discussion with those people if they are still in your life.
Yeah.
That's what I'll call it. If they're still in your life and you feel that there is a room.
I guess, sorry, I have to break you a bit. I think that's where the problem is because it's coming from a place of love, but also because these people who do these things also at that time were doing it from a place of anger and frustration. It's not always love. It's not always love.
They will claim that it's wrong,
doing it
but they still love you.
It's not always love. Yeah, they still love you, but it's not always love.
It's not always love.
If you're still in your life right now, I won't lie to you, it's always a very difficult topic to go on because, of course, they're still your parents.
Okay.
And you still do not know how to put them down and talk to them because sometimes they'll be like, hey, what do you want to tell me? It's a very tenacious topic. Like, just like what you said, it's a taboo. It's still a taboo.
Yeah.
That you want to sit your parents down and tell them that they abused you and that what they did was wrong. The thing right now is if you're even ever going to get I am sorry from them. Because funny enough, I am sorry helps a whole lot. It does help. But till now, I do not think that some of our parents are even ready to say I'm sorry.
You pull the I'm sorry out of them. I don't understand that part of like, with all due respect, okay, to the parents. I love them. I respect them. But that I am sorry, I need to get it. If you think you need to get it, you try to pull it out. Because the moment whereby you start pushing it down, all in the sense of like, African parents, they don't say sorry, they don't apologize, and so on and so forth, and then leave it down there. Oh, so you are going to suffer. You're going to suffer long. Because the worst is when the person is still in your life. There are some cases whereby the abuser leaves. After some while, you heal, and then you're able to move on in your life. But there are some cases where the abuser is still there present in your life. And even at the moment you're trying to move on, even when you move on, if you're not careful, those system or those tactics of abuse repeats itself even at your old age. And if you can't actually pull it off to have that discussion, maybe you don't even bring the person to the accepting like, I did something wrong. But the person needs to hear it from you. You need to say it out a bit loud. I feel something went wrong there. You didn't do it good. You're not doing it for the person to accept. You're doing it for yourself. You're trying to hear. It's not about, I don't think it's even about the apology. I've tried my best to pull the apology out, okay? But it's not all about the apology. It's all about me being able, okay? Or you being able to tell the person, this what I went through and I didn't like it and something was wrong there. I know most of the times we are more focused on on the economic side. Oh, the money is more important, or these ones are more important, these ones are not important. But imagine the decisions you make every day with all this trauma. Are you sure that's not that's not what's pulling you back economically? Seriously. That's a
Oh
question we
yes.
don't ask. Are you
Yeah.
sure that's not what
No.
making you not to be able to think well, to create something, to create your own business, to do better, to be a better person? Are you sure that's not the major problem you're having? The money
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
just the
because
beginning and the
you're
end of
still
everything.
taking time.
It's
Yeah.
good to have the money.
Yeah.
It's good to, but are you sure this is not the thing pulling you backwards? That's the bigger question for me. So I really believe that's just like my own opinion. The therapy is good, accepting, talking to those ones if they're still in your life, letting them know, I think something went wrong there. It's either the person accepts it or not, or they're like, but just you being able to express yourself, to say it out loud, it brings you forward. It brings you to a place of healing. Because if you're running around with trauma, especially if you went to a boarding school, I can comfortably tell you are moving around in your life with trauma, untreated traumas, and you don't think
Untreated
about
ones.
it,
Yeah.
you don't even look at it, and you're like, oh, this who I am. It can still be here. You can still be here. You can still work on it. But at the end of the day, it's like your decision to make. That's all I
Yeah.
feel like saying about it, and that's all from me for today. But
Well,
seriously, the topic was
I
personal.
mean,
You can
yeah,
continue.
it is. It is personal. No, I mean, we're done for today. I hope that everyone out there who's listening to us should, you know, you could also contribute. Of course, you could contribute on our pages, on YouTube. Contribute, tell us your personal experience, or even if you don't want to, how can you heal from such traumas or whatever has happened to somebody beside you, with you, and also, try and if it has happened to you or it has happened to someone else, how you can help that person, and make sure that the person gets better, because people actually devalue the value of talking.
Yeah.
Talking it out loud helps a lot, and I think for me that's what has helped me by talking. If I talk too much to people, yeah, getting the sympathy from people, and they also tell you, yeah, not all advice are keys, but some of them are really worth it, and you get to see a way forward. I mean, being the victim of any type of ongoing abuse is difficult enough for anybody, so it is hard to understand what is happening and why, and reaching out for help, from an outside point of view, or from an outside trained individual like your therapist, is a very good way to go. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're done, right?
Yeah, I think we're done. We can close there. Like Princess already said, if you have other opinions, if you feel the abuse was good and that's why you are what you are today, please tell us in in the comments. Okay, we are looking forward to those comments. Okay, I would like to hear other opinions, seriously, because I've had
Yes,
discussion
of
with
course,
friends who
of course.
they're like, if it wasn't that way, I wouldn't be this, and all those arguments.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
and also
that's
there
true
are
for some
still
people,
some
yes.
young parents who are also still doing it, also with the arguments of like, I know what I'm doing, this is the right way, this is what produced me. We would like to hear all those opinions. At the end of the day, it's just our opinion. Hey, Princess, it was nice. I think you already said everything we have to say. Hey, guys.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you guys, and hopefully we'll do this next week.
Yeah.
And of course, follow us on Instagram, Journey. That's NJEMJOURNEY, and also that's the name for every platform that we have on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram and TikTok. So we hope to lock you in next week. And please make sure you like, you subscribe, and you share. It's very important that other people to listen to this and also have, a mindset of, one or two people in your circle could be going through this or they've gone through this, and it's always good to talk out. So we'll see you next week.
Okay then.
Have a lovely
Bye, guys.
Have a lovely day.
See you. Bye. Bye.